before you start creating a data source, what is a prerequisite? The prerequisite is uh, in the standalone, in your JBoss home, this is your JBoss home. Under JBoss home, there will be a directory called modules. Under com, you can create Oracle main directories. So under this, you can download the OJDBC library, this version, whether 8 or 11. So in the last session, we have seen the version depends upon the version of the database in the backend. So this is my database, right? So my version is 19.3. something. So I have downloaded and copied in this folder. So this is a recommended, always under JBoss home, modules, com, Oracle main. So under this, you place it and create a module. So what is this module? It is module.xml that contains what it contains. It contains the driver name, the resource path, and some other supporting modules. For transactions, this is for XA transactions, and this is for APIs. These are the dependencies. And the resources OJDBC 8.jar. So we are enforcing our JBoss server instance to use only this library to connect to our backend database, right? So this is a name, driver name. So we have mentioned all these things. So once you mention all these things, you can start the server. The server is started. Okay. Now the management. Yes. This is HTTP. Yeah. Console. Okay. So this is a standalone server, and in order to create a data source, it is showing you here to what to do to create the data source. Select the data source subsystem, add XA or non-XA. So what is XA and what is non-XA? So here, what I did, JBoss modules, I have created mkdir under modules. I have copied from temp to the modules and move to this folder. When you do ls, you should see under main, the jar file. All right. So now module.xml. Yeah, you will create the module.xml under the same path where your OJDBC 8.jar exists. So once you open it, you can give all these parameters. These are predefined, like you don't change all these things like this one. And yeah, in the standalone.xml, I have changed the configure. Okay. Under standalone configuration, standalone.xml, inet address. So for management console and for application access, which is on public interface name. So I have hard coded the IP address. So by default, it will be loopback IP address. And I have also given the offset 10. So the port offset, I have given 10. These are the default ports. So it will add 10 to each default port number. So these are the changes I have done, nothing more. Now, to create, okay, yeah. So before creating, let us discuss types of data sources. So there are two types actually. Number one, XA data source, and number two, non-XA data source. So what is XA? XA is extended architecture. So where is this used? What is its use? Okay. So this concept, it is not only in JBoss. The first thing to understand. So it is a normal architecture where in the backend there may be multiple uh, multiple entities to store your data and to do the transactions. So what, for example, you have Oracle DB and you have one CRM tool, or you can have a mainframes, or you can have a Siebel, um, and you may have SAP. What else? Any enterprise information systems to share your data. And here in non-XA, so there is no extended architecture. There is simply a database. That's all. So this is non-XA data source. All right. So in this XA data source, there will be a transaction manager. And this transaction manager will handle the commits, all the transactions. So there is two-phase commit, meaning what? Okay, let me give you a live example. Amazon.in. So here, um, let us say I want to buy this one, or this one. And there is only one left, one of this product left. All right. And I want to buy this now. So this product is posted by some vendor, Samsung. So Samsung has Samsung's data, or I mean, all the sellers' data is stored in one database, or any CRM tool like SAP or something. And Amazon has its own customer base database separately. So as a customer, I logged in and I am buying this one. And there is no COD option available. I need to do online transaction. So if I do the payment, then only I will be able to buy this product. So there is a dependency that is called two-phase commit, right? If my transaction, if my payment is successful, then only this will be sold to me. It will say order placed successfully. And when I was buying this one, it was showing me only one left. So once I bought this one, it should say currently unavailable. This product is currently unavailable. So that is entirely an enterprise application which dynamically changes the data depending upon the real-time transactions. All right. So multiple transactions, if your application has extended architecture, like it is storing, uh, your application is storing the data, and it has to do transactions with different applications in the backend, then the transaction comes into the picture and it will handle all the commits like two-phase. So if one transaction fails, the other also fails. So there is a dependency in two-phase commit. If the amount that I have to pay is failed, then I cannot buy the product. So that is a dependency and it is a two-phase commit. So in non-XA, there is no such thing. There are no dependencies. Simple one-phase commit. That's all. All right. So let us continue with the data source creation. Click on the configuration and subsystems. You will find data sources and drivers. So under JDBC driver, there is Oracle. So this is a default one that comes with the JBoss, and this is Oracle. How it has been added here? Because we have created a module and we have added the OJDBC 8.jar under this modules. So this is how, when you place these two items here under this recommended path, by default, these will be added under the drivers list. All right. So you can remove and you can add one. If you restart the server, again, it will be added. So if you want to remove that, you need to remove from here. All right. So we have the data JDBC driver already. So this is a class that is used to connect with the database. And data source. This is an example DS that uses default H2 driver to connect to the local database uh, that comes with the product. So now we have only one default data source. I'm going to create. So once you click on this add button, you will see add data source and add XA data source. So if you click on add data source, the default is non-XA. All right. If you click on XA data source, and it will have XA properties. This is extra. But if you click on add data source, there is no XA properties, right? So in the XA, you need to pass the required backend transaction manager details. So add data source, which data source you want to create. I want to create Oracle data source. Next. So whatever the name you want to give to your data source, you can give it, or you can directly, this is a JNDI name. So this JNDI name will be given to you by the application team, or you can fetch it from the application properties file or deployment descriptor. So this JNDI name is mapped with your data source name, where when you create the data source, it will be mapped under JNDI tree. So that is what happens when I click on next. Okay. Driver name, Oracle, driver module name, com.oracle, and this is the class name. So these all are mentioned already under modules, form, Oracle, main, and module.xml. So this is your driver module name, and this file is used as a library. And if you are selecting a non-XA, this is a module that will be used. And for XA, this is a module. These are the dependencies. All right. Click on next. Okay. So now this is a connection string, or you can call it connection URL. connection settings. So this is connection URL, or you can call it as a connection string. So it contains the first three things: JDBC, Oracle, thin. If you are connecting to the Oracle database, you need to mention Oracle, and this is thin driver. So there are four types of drivers. All the three we are using thin driver. So it means we are using type 4 driver. So the first three drivers are outdated. Now we are using the advanced thin driver, which is very lightweight. So it does not need much configuration. So if you use type 1 driver, there is a lot of configuration you need to do, not only on the server, but also on the client's PC. You need to do some configuration to connect to the database. So let us not get on into all those things, older things. So this is the connection string. Okay, URL format. Let us break down this one. So this is protocol colon sub protocol colon type of driver colon @ DB IP or host name colon DB port / service name. So service name is your database name actually. So what is JDBC? It is a protocol. What is Oracle? It is a sub protocol. And what is this thin? It is a type of driver. So we are using type 4. And this is your database IP, port number, and your service name. Okay. In our case, we are, I have the database here, and this is my host, 200.134. So I'll remove this // IP, and the port number is 1521. This is a default port number of Oracle database, right? And one more thing to notice, this is another format. You see, there is no slash here, // and there is no slash here. So this is an older method, SID, service ID. If you are using the ID, older method for the older databases, this is a connection string format, the connection URL format. So for Oracle, which is a new version, we need to follow this URL pattern. So yeah, and my service name is JOT PDB. PDB is pluggable database. And I have created a user called JOT admin, and the password JOT 123. So these are the details required to connect with the database. Click on next, test the connection, test connection successful. Successfully tested connection for Datasource Oracle TS. So this is our JBoss server VM, and this is my database. So yeah, it is connecting from here to here. So how do you verify? So before creating the data source, the first thing, the prerequisite that you need to do is telnet. First, check the connectivity. Ping 192.168.200.134. Okay, the ping is working fine. So there is a connectivity between these two servers. Next thing is telnet. So telnet is to verify if your database is up and running. The first one is to check the connectivity between two servers. your backend application server and the Oracle database server. So connectivity is there. Now, on a particular port number, if your database is running or not, so it is connected. It says connected. So if it is not connected, it will say could not connect to this host. Then it means there is no connectivity, and it may be the firewall blocking your request. All right. So there is connectivity. So once you are sure that there is connectivity and the telnet is working fine, then you will get the JNDI name and you will configure the data source. So the connection is successful. Next. So these are the this is a summary. Finish. You can view the data source. Okay, reload. Yes. Okay, successfully reloaded. Click on view. You can see the attributes, the JNDI name, the driver name. So if you want to change at any point, you want to change few things, you can edit. And connection, this is a transaction isolation. So you won't touch this. If you want to change the connection string, you can do this here. Meaning, if you want to change the IP, or in the local environments, you may have a different database to connect sometimes, or the port number is changed, or the service number is a service name is changed. You can do the changes here. And these are the connection pool properties.